You have to check this out. It's the 15th of April, 2022. It's almost 1 o'clock afternoon, and it's a Friday, right? I want everybody to go check out Sean G, Astigmatism in My Soul, on YouTube. Big Cartel dot fuck, dude, I forget his platforms. All right, Sean Gunby, Astigmatism in My Soul on YouTube. You have to check his channel out. Absolutely incredible. Okay, he does this series where he goes to like local parks, actually all around the country. He has, right, and he does interviews with the people getting good workouts in. All right, this guy's name's Chino. If you want to find this video, you type in quotation marks, Chino, 31 years old, but it's 31 years. I'm a real silverback, Brick City, Newark, New Jersey, okay? But if you just type in Chino, Chino, and then space Sean G, Seang, you'll find the video. He's wearing a blue shirt, okay? And I want you guys to listen to this real quick. Again, go check out Sean's channel. He's the OG, greatest YouTuber of all time. And this dude Chino, man, I really deeply connect to what he's saying right here, and I want you guys to listen to it. Hold on.
But in reality, those are the ones that love you because they push me to go harder. Man, like I tell everybody, I prefer the darkness before the light, because the light will expose you when you ain't got it, but when you're always in the dark, no one's know you that great. Remember that.
Chino.
Yo, you heard what he said? I always prefer the darkness before the light. Because when you're in the light, you're exposed. But when you're in the dark, nobody knows that you got it like that. Look, guys, humbly speaking, I'm one of the greatest MCs of all time. Now, when you get into that conversation, I'm definitely a lower level GOAT. Absolutely, you know. But pound for pound, minute for minute, the amount of time that I've put towards the craft, I'm absolutely one of, you know, you put anybody up against me that put in the same amount of time, so on and so forth, I'm absolutely the highest level of competition, right? And sometimes you walk around and it's kind of like almost discouraging, right? That it's like, man, these motherfuckers have no idea that I'm a fucking murderer, that I'm one of the greatest of all time. However, it's humbling, right? It you know, there's benefit to it. You know, yeah, it keeps you humble, it makes you practice humility, right? Because I could be having a conversation with somebody and they have no idea that I fucking, you know, put thousands of hours into my craft. There's nothing more beautiful than being the underdog. It's nothing greater. Because then when it's time to come and show out and everybody wants to talk all that shit, use the clown emojis on Aljamain Sterling, but then he comes out and he shows the fuck out. And guess who's the champ now? Yeah, you guys all talked all that shit, but who's the champ now? So it's dope, man. We should thrive under that condition that nobody knows who we are. That even our family and friends kind of don't realize the level of ability that we possess, right? Now, my problem is I'm hip hop, okay? Now, I would say that my shit is, you know, fairly you know, cultured, not in the regular sense of hip hop culture, but like, you know, the culture of where I come from. A lot of times, man, I consider myself to be white trash. Okay. Now, growing up, my mother was was fairly wealthy, we'll say. You know, if I feel like the house that I grew up in must have been like $200,000 plus. I feel like it's a nice house, guys. Really nice house, giant backyard, so on and so forth. But you know, my father lived in a trailer park. You know, I grew up spending a lot of time in the trailer park too, man, for a handful of years. And so when I get into high school, I attend a private high school, and an all boy Catholic private high school. Got to fucking dress up and all that shit. Got to wear a tie every single day. We had sweater vests that we had to fucking wear during the winter. It's ridiculous, guys. But nobody could relate to me because these very, very, very few people that went to my school grew up in a trailer park or spent time in a trailer park. I have. The neighborhood that my father's from, I hate to offend all of my people, but we're white trash. And I feel like a lot of people would admit to that, right? And within the right context, if it's not coming off in an offending, I love being white trash, right? Because I'm just such a fucking, it made me such like a grimy motherfucker, which there's a lot of benefit to that in the world, right? And I'm not talking about, I have morals, ethics, and principles. I'm a fucking, I'm a stand-up human being in society. People want to talk all this shit I change people's lives every single day, whether it's fucking helping out an elderly person, whether it's stopping to take the time to talk to a younger kid. I fucking don't even really like talking about it, but let me give you an example, right? And I just thought about this, right? And this is fucking, it has nothing to do with who the fuck's watching or none of that shit. This is you have to be who the fuck you are, man, not because somebody's watching. One of my best friends in the entire fucking world, bro, I love you to death, but come on, bro. You just reaching for attention as opposed to doing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, which will draw attention. You know what I mean? You're fucking, when you're just like, when you're begging for attention, people don't want to give it to you, man. It's gross. It's a gross thing, man. It's unattractive, right? Chicks don't want you if you're hitting their phone 7 times a day, bro. 98% of a high value chick doesn't want you hitting her phone fucking 24/7 throughout the day, bro. You stupid ignorant fuck. No, bro. She wants to work for your attention, bro. Everybody wants what they can't have in the world. So when you're just fucking putting yourself there on a platform saying like, yo, please show me love, man, you're losing, you know what I mean? You're lost in what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, guys. You're, how am I trying to phrase this? You're losing, dude. No, bro, be a man. Be a fucking man, and people will follow you. People follow the leader. 98% of our population are followers. Okay? You got to be a leader in this world. That's why you talk about Steve Jobs. That's why you all love Elon Musk. Okay? That's why we talk about Theodore Roosevelt. We talk about leaders, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Okay? These are leaders, guys. And some of us are better, I really believe this, man. My position is like right-hand man. I think that's where I would thrive the most, not as the boss, but as the right-hand man. Because I do feel like I'm a better soldier than I am a leader. Even though I feel like I have leadership character traits and qualities. I know I do. But, so I'm at the park last week and, with my nephews and their father, and my nephew's playing on this like big jungle gym thing, and it's not a jungle gym. It's like this big. It's like a bunch of ropes that It's like a spherical thing with like a bunch of ropes that you would like climb up in the middle of like the sphere. And I seen this kid was like just kind of like playing with a frisbee by himself. How do you play with a frisbee by yourself? You don't. So I think maybe, I don't even know if he was throwing it or whatever, or maybe he was throwing it, running and grabbing it, then throwing it or something, playing by himself. Man, I started playing catch with him. My nephew's on the busy, man, climbing to the top, man. He stays busy, bro. He's in his own world, dude. He does his own thing, bro, which is fucking powerful, right? Which is exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. My nephew is going to be a fucking goat of this world, okay? Why? Because he's not concerned with what you're doing. He's concerned with what he's doing. Is he considerate? Is he paying attention to what you're doing? Of course, bro. If he's focused on what you're doing, he hears you start crying and you need help, he absolutely will stop what he's doing to come help you. He's a real man. Guys, you have to really pay attention to shit like this. My nephew is gonna be a fucking potentially the president of the, he won't because that's a corrupt position, but my nephew's gonna change the world because he's a leader. He's focused on what he's doing. He ain't concerned with what you're doing. Maybe he'll come check it out, but he'll never, man, how cool, man, that I'm thinking, that I'm realizing that in this moment. Man, he's, what an intelligent young man. But I start playing catch with the kid. Dude, he's loving it, man. I'm teaching him how to throw a frisbee. It's all in your wrist, buddy. It's in your wrist. You gotta flick your wrist at the end of it. It's not even as much of your arm as it is your wrist, right? So I could even come right here and I could potentially get a better throw than somebody that winds up and, throws the frisbee out. So I'm teaching this kid how to throw fucking frisbee, this, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid. I don't know this kid. I'm putting a smile on his face. Let me tell you something. This kid is going to remember that. Promise you that. How do I know that? Because in 5 years from now, he's going to be playing Can Jam at his high school, and he's going to remember, man, I remember the first couple times I really learned how to throw a frisbee. It was that kid came up, and I wasn't worried about, the only reason I bring it up right now is because I'm trying to demonstrate, I'm trying to make a point for you guys. Like, I'm trying to demonstrate what I mean to you guys, right? So that you could take something away from this and try to implement it in your life, okay? I don't care what other people, I don't care if I would have did that if everybody's at the park or nobody's at the park, I would carry an old woman's water out of her cart into her car. Of course, ask her first, right? If everybody's around or nobody's around, because that's who I am. A lot of you guys want to morph, right, into something when other people are around, which is human nature as well. I'm not saying that, I'm identical when I'm by myself than other people are around. That's just literally obviously not true. When nobody's around, I'm not talking as much as I am when other people are around. I'm communicating with other. That's different, right? That's me acting different, right? But I'll never, step out of my character, what I believe in, just because some people are around. I don't fucking care, man. Now, sometimes you go to the gym and I do get caught up in that a little bit, right? Where I'm like, oh man, this beautiful girl's right here. Man, not even like, oh, let me do a couple extra reps for the girl, but it does push something inside of you of like, all right, man, let me get a couple more in, just because that's who I am, not just because she's watching, but that's who I know I'm capable of more. It's almost like they bring it out of you a little bit, but I should feel, dude, honestly, I have to embrace this more because I'm not going to like it when people really start to pay attention to me. That's not, we all as human beings have these things inside of us that, whether we feel this way or not, it's just a human being. Getting attention is a human trait, man. It's an exchange of like, we feel loved when we get attention, man. A lot of people are missing love out of their lives. That's why you're striving so hard for it. But I need to embrace where I'm at more, because when people start to pay attention, it's not going to be as beautiful as what I'm going through right now, man. It really, truly is a beautiful, humbling, humiliating, humility experience of like, and it's dope, and it's fresh, and it's cool, and I love it, and it's awesome, that nobody knows that I'm walking around town, I'm picking up these Uber orders with my fucking stupid motorcycle helmet on and my GoPro and shit, looking like an idiot. Little do these people know, like, that I've put thousands of hours into my craft. Okay, so let me wrap this. Let me go 360, wrap everything up here. I brought up the school thing, right? And me being in a trailer park and shit like that, because the stuff that I'm talking about, the grit, the grime, the passion in the things that I'm saying and in my voice, it's hard for a lot of those kids to relate to it. As opposed to if I made like, if I made a song like, more of like a Drake, Drake, I don't know. I can't think of a good example right now, but people like that soft, a Wiz Khalifa, right? People connect to Wiz Khalifa. He's talking about positivity, love, everything's okay, everything's cool, like just let loose, hang out. Well, I hate to break the news to y'all, but Wiz Khalifa's not hanging out in the same neighborhoods that I'm hanging out in. So my content is different. My voice is different from his because no, bro, you can't just everything's all cool and no. In this neighborhood, you got to watch your back. So that's the shit I'm talking about, where Wiz Khalifa's just like, let go, party, don't worry about shit. No, you got to worry about shit because that's your life on the line. You know, even just South Buffalo, okay? Buffalo, New York, South Buffalo. It's largely considered kind of like more white trash, but nevertheless ghetto. Now, in the past handful of years, it's been changing. They're trying to like make it into like a more high class area. A lot of very wealthy people are buying properties and renovating them and creating like trying to create a feel for that. And in 10 years, it's gonna be night and day. There's still it's gentrification is what it is. But even just a neighborhood like South Buffalo, people might not get shot and killed, but people are getting stabbed. People are getting jumped. People are getting robbed. People are getting beat up. So when I'm living in South Buffalo and I walk outside of my door, immediately, even when I'm just locking my door, I have to check my surroundings. God forbid somebody, comes and fucking like runs into my shit or so. I'm largely unrelatable to a lot of people because I'm a grimy motherfucker that spent time in a trailer park when I was a kid, man. You know what I mean? That my grandmother beat me with the wooden spoon. A lot of these kids who I went to school with, their grandmother never beat them with a wooden spoon. It created character, and but there's also a lot of people that do relate to my shit, and I need to start finding a way to reach these people. But again, my personal story, I was a black sheep of, the people who I was surrounded by all the time, still to this day. So that's the reason why, I'm so underground still to this day, and I haven't even really promoted my music like that, guys. I've given minimal effort to getting my stuff out there, right? Because I just been mastering the craft, which I am absolutely a fucking master at this point. The thing about that is it's never ending. There's always room for improvement, always. That's why I love the UFC, guys. That's why I'm a martial artist, guys. That's my life. I'm an MC, guys. There's always, Eminem is still to this day, learning, implementing, trying new schemes, new pockets, new emphases, new separations of syllables, breaking the syllable somewhere where you're not supposed to make it fit more perfectly into his art. So anyways, man, I'm gonna wrap it up there, man. Is like, enjoy the darkness, man. Enjoy the lack of appreciation. Enjoy the being fucking James Bond, walking around, nobody knows that, this motherfucker's a Navy fucking SEAL and has murdered 14 people. He's just got a normal hat. He looks like, just a regular dude. But in reality, like, this dude will save the world. I love it, man. Hancock, right? With Will Smith. Shout out Will Smith, guys. Shout out Chris Tucker too, man. I think both of them, man. I love them both after that situation. Chris Rock took that shit on the motherfucking chin like a champ. God bless him, dude. And wasn't a punk bitch afterwards. Didn't press charges, none of that. He could have ruined Will Smith's life, guys. He could have legally ruined Will Smith's life. That's a real gangster right there, Chris Rock. Chris Rock is more gangster than Will Smith, but don't get it confused. Will Smith is gangster. The only thing that makes Will Smith not gangster for that is just like, man, it's too much of like the kissing your wife's feet, which I fully believe in, man. But at the same time, it's like there's, you need a righteous queen. I don't know enough about Jada to say that she's a righteous queen, like in terms of like, I think that she still has, Jada Smith is a thug. Don't get it twisted, guys. And so anyways, that's all I got to say, man, is let's play it one more time. Go check out Sean G's channel, Sean Gunby, Stigmatism in My Soul. I think Chino on Instagram is the real PrinceVegeta. You could find him. And But if you want, if you don't have luck on Instagram, find him on YouTube, CHINO space SEAN space G. Okay, you'll find the video. He's got a blue shirt on.
In Chino's personal life, away from the park. That same mindset apply. Come over here in the sun. Jump with these niggas right there, right there. Does that same mindset apply in your personal life, with your job, with your family?
Same way. Put pressure on your job the same way I work out. Go for it, do what you gotta do and complete your job. You always gonna have a couple, negatives and haters, but in reality, those are the ones that love you because they push me to go harder. Man, like I tell everybody, I prefer the darkness before the light. Because the light exposes you when you ain't got it, but when you're always in the dark, no one's know you that great. Remember that.
No one's know you that great. I love that dude, man. All right, peace, guys.